I always recommend foam rolling on a yoga or exercise mat to prevent slipping during your routine. Begin with the foam roller going across your upper back and roll in really small increments, only a few inches at a time. You can have your arms overhead, or you can use your hands to support your head and your neck with your elbows pointing up to the sky. Make sure you're not pulling on your head and really try to relax the muscles that you're working on. Try to breathe smoothly during this, never holding your breath. Do what feels best for you and feel free to alternate lengthening your arms, maybe one at a time or both at a time, and then supporting your head and keeping those elbows up. You can slowly and gradually start to work on different sections of your back, keeping in mind working in just small increments, few inches at a time. When you find a position that feels really good to roll over, you can also open up one arm at a time and try to move through some of the rolling. So you're focusing on a certain spot or a certain trigger point that feels good, trying not to roll over anything that really causes a lot of pain. Opening up those joints and allowing your muscles to absorb the pressure from the roller in a nice, easy way. You can always go back up and repeat certain sections that you've done, or start to combine sections that you've rolled in separate parts together. Driving the bus is one of my favorite things to do. Finding a spot where you're comfortable and stable on the roller, arms up, and rotating hands side to side like you're driving a really big steering wheel. Moving your joints through this pressure helps with added mobility, getting blood flow into those certain areas. After all, the goal is to move better as a result of this. Roll to one side and start applying pressure on your lat muscles, kind of underneath your armpit, just above your rib cage, that large muscle group. Keep yourself nice and secure, bending that bottom leg. When you find a spot that feels good, go ahead and just roll open and close. So you're opening your chest and your shoulder, rolling over that trigger point, and then coming back closed. Your arm that's out should be nice and relaxed. Try not to tense up. Breathe really smooth. Again, short, small increments while you're rolling. Once you feel you've gotten into that side pretty good, go ahead and repeat the same thing on the other side. It's also a good idea to keep your hips lower to the ground if you can, especially if you're new to foam rolling. You don't necessarily want to put all of your body weight right onto these joints that you haven't really rolled before. Continue breaking it up into small sections and doing what you can, opening and closing, rolling over what feels good, where you can really feel the blood flow increasing and even your mobility increasing. Your breathing rate may increase slightly because you are working while you're foam rolling, but you shouldn't be holding your breath, and this shouldn't really feel like an intense cardio workout. Here I'm just performing some shoulder internal-external rotation. I have slight pressure where it feels really good on a certain trigger point, and I'm just rotating the shoulder in and out, finishing with a little bit of rolling over that area. Setting up again and repeating on the upper back. The key here is to keep moving. Trying different angles with arms, shoulders. You want to make sure you're never rolling over the lower part of your back, as the lower part of your spine is not protected by things like larger muscle groups or a rib cage like our upper back is. Having a seat, now trying to utilize that extra mobility we have, sitting comfortably, placing one hand for balance, taking that other arm up and just sweeping it up and back. really feeling that mobility within the shoulder joint. Sit up tall, practice some neck circles. Make sure you maintain that nice smooth breathing. Nice job.